Hello everyone, welcome to the USU Alumni Bookstore presentation. Hope you guys are keeping safe, hope you guys are keeping clean and washing those hands. We're going to spend some time going over some stuff here, what the bookstore is all about. First of all, let me tell you where we are located. We are in Building B. That is next to the cafeteria. You'll see a little glass display outside the door there. Come on in. We're open from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. Now, if we are having extended hours any day, I will make sure to post that on the email bulletin board, and we hope to see you. Now, at the end of each slide, you're going to hear a little musical prompt, and that'll let you know that you can move on. I'll keep it short. Hope you guys like what you hear. Thanks for checking us out. So what is it that we do at the bookstore? Well, it's a variety of things. We've got branded clothing, drinkware, gift items, pins, coins, all kinds of stuff. And of course we sell books, but we don't sell new books, we sell used books. Let's face it, it's pretty hard to compete with Amazon these days. So what we have is a collection of the most popular books that have been bought over the years by students, but they're used copies. So if you don't mind there being a couple nicks in there, a couple dents, some handwriting, whatever else, you can find some books at some decent prices. And of course we do things like special orders and custom orders, things that we'll get into a little bit more detail further on in the presentation. So to get things started, let's talk about a little bit of the merchandise that we carry in the store. So what are we talking about when we're talking about merchandise? Well, things like travel mugs, stuffed animals, regulation-sized frisbees, and drinkware of all kinds. On top of that, of course, we have things like hats. These are all the different types of things you would normally find: pins, keychains, coasters, little things for yourself, maybe a gift for mom and dad, or even the roommate because they finally cleaned the dishes up last night. So the next time you're over in the cafeteria, just pop on in for a few minutes and take a look at what's there. Clothing, of course, is a big part of what we do, and you're going to find a variety of things. We're going to have fleeces and t-shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve. We've got sweatshirts with and without hoods, and a variety of other things. And these things are going to change. They're going to change with the seasons. They're going to change throughout the year. And just like everything else, we're always open to suggestions if there's something you'd like to see in the store. Designs change as well. We come up with new things that we hope you guys will like, and if you have ideas for something you'd like to see on something, you can always let us know and see what we can do about bringing that into the store. One thing though that won't change is probably our most popular design that you can see on our t-shirt here, and that's the "Our Medical School Can Beat Up Your Medical School" design. Books, they certainly seem old-fashioned these days with all the online resources that you guys have available, but we do still carry them. Like I said before, what we carry are used copies of books. These are going to be a little bit cheaper than what you're going to find new on Amazon and still have all that information with just maybe a scratch or a dent or somebody wrote something in the columns. These are books like the Board Review series books. We have things like Rapid Interpretation of EKG, Pocket Medicine, the Anatomy Coloring Book, and the very popular Netter's flashcards. These resources can be invaluable for you in their time here. And what I would do is I would find a couple upperclassmen and talk to them, find out what works for them, what they really like using. And that's going to be probably your best bet as well. Commemorative bricks, you're going to find those all over in the courtyard. You've probably seen them by now as you've been walking around. Those bricks are also done by the bookstore. I do those installations about 3 or 4 times a year depending on the weather. So when you place an order, which you can do either at the store or online, it's going to get added to whatever the upcoming installation is. We have 2 sizes. We have the 4x8, which is the smaller size. You can put 3 lines of text on that guy. And we have the 8x8. That one can take 5 lines of text. There is an 18 character limit per line, and unfortunately we cannot exceed that, otherwise these orders will not be accepted by the engravers. So those are some things to keep in mind if you are interested in getting one of those bricks put out in the courtyard. As far as location goes, they can go wherever you'd like, but as you've probably noticed, there are sections in the courtyard. We have various departments, as well as the School of Medicine and the Graduate School of Nursing both have their class years separated out. These bricks can be for yourself to commemorate your time at USU, or used to dedicate something to a loved one, family member, or anyone for that matter. The bricks are also not limited to just folks at USU. Anyone can purchase one, so if you have a family member that wants to buy one for you as a dedication to your time at USU, they can of course do that as well. Medical equipment. We are talking about Babinski hammers, Taylor hammers, pen lights, tuning forks, and etc. Now, I know that you're going to get issued these things when you start off, but chances are either you're going to want to upgrade or you're going to lose them. So come to the store, take a look at what we have. We can also special order things if I don't have it in the store itself and get you exactly what you want. Another great thing that we're going to be carrying at the beginning of each school year are medical bags for you to put your gear in. Because if you're going to put that stuff in a grocery bag, like I know you're going to do, you are going to look ridiculous. So don't do that. We also have the white coat clipboards. If you don't know what these things are, they are a great tool for when you're walking around in the hospital. They fold up, they fit in your lab coat pocket, and they have all kind of values on them that are going to be really helpful when you're going about your day in the hospital. So if you have a moment, come by the store, check it out. We've got the medicine edition as well as the nursing edition. Special orders. What are they? When do they happen? Why should you care? Well, throughout the year, we do a variety of special orders. These are things that we don't normally carry in the store. They happen a couple times a year, and they're usually unique items that you can only get at that time. So let's start off with some of the examples. The annual Christmas ornament is probably going to be the most obvious one. This happens once a year. We do a special design each year. It's always different. We get a limited number of those ornaments in store, and once they are gone, they're gone. We are using a company that makes the White House ornaments, so if you've seen those, these things look really great. They make great gifts, and they're just a lot of fun. The USU face masks. These are a new item that we have brought in with the help of the university to try and help keep you guys safe while you start your studies here at the university. The Patagonia fleeces. These things are incredibly popular. We do orders a couple times a year, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about these in another slide. The Landway Open Catalogs. What these are is Landway is the brand that we carry in our clothing line. And anytime that I do a restock order that happens multiple times throughout the year, I will open up the catalog and anyone can order what they like from it. So these are items that we normally wouldn't carry in the store, in sizes maybe that we don't normally carry, and in colors that we wouldn't normally have. So lots of options, a lot of availability to order these for yourself as a gift item, and to just have the entire catalog open to you if you'd like. Custom orders. This is something that we do a lot of at the bookstore. How does this work? Well, anything that you see in the store as far as the merchandise can be made custom however you want. The minimum orders on these vary. Something like a t-shirt, we can do orders as small as 6. For something like coins, you're looking at 50. Now, the quantities vary depending on the item. So, how does this work? Well, the first thing is the artwork. If you have a completed artwork all on your own, great, bring it on in and we can talk about what we can put that on and what the costs of that might be. If you only have an idea of something you'd like to do, that's perfect. Bring it in and I will help you create the artwork. We'll make changes until you are happy with what we have. Then we'll make sure that it's in the proper format so that the vendor can make the cleanest final product possible. After that, we have the ordering phase, and what we can do is we can put a page on our website where people can place orders. While that is happening, I will maintain a spreadsheet with everybody's ordering information so that when the items come in, we know exactly where things need to go. At that point, things will move into production, and then finally those items will get delivered to the store. At that point, folks can come pick up their orders if they'd like, or I can ship them out to them as well. Custom orders are a really fun and creative way to kind of put your own stamp on things in your time here at USU. So if you've got questions about that, please come and see me and we can talk all about the ins and outs of what it means to do a custom order. Custom coins. This is something I wanted to touch on briefly because it is such a popular item amongst the classes. These can be customized in a variety of ways. A standard size is a 1.5 inch coin, but you can do any size you want, 2.5, 3 if you really want to get nuts. You can change the color, the finish, you can do different edging types, you can do cutouts on the coin, you can put your names laser engraved on the edges, sequential numbering. There's a whole number of ways to really make these your own. These have been hugely popular with previous class years, and I would really recommend you take some time, and if you want, you can come to the store. I've got some examples from previous years and from other departments that have done these coins. If you want to see what's been done, if you need some inspiration and just want to get an idea of what other classes have done. There's also a display in Building C in what would be the main entrance into Building C, and you'll see it on the wall there, and there are a number of coins there that are just really beautiful to look at. If you want some inspiration and some ideas for what your own coin could be, I would definitely recommend you going over there and spending a minute and checking those out. They are pretty cool. The Patagonia fleeces. These things are probably the most popular thing in the store that we do. Now, these, as I said before, are only available through the special orders that we do about 3-4 times a year. The way these work, once we start the ordering phase for these, I will send out multiple emails and I will put out banners in the cafeteria and right outside the student lounge to make it very obvious that we are starting to take orders for the Patagonias. They will be available in 2 styles, that is the full zip and the quarter zip, and they'll be available in 3 colors. We'll have navy blue, the heathered gray, and black. What comes standard on these fleeces is the USU logo embroidered on the left chest. Underneath that, you're going to have the option to do 2 lines of whatever it is you'd like. If that says School of Medicine and then your name underneath that, Graduate School of Nursing and then your name under that, whatever it is. A lot of people like to get these as gifts for family members, so if you want to put their names on that, you're free to do that as well. The total production time for these can be a little bit lengthy, especially now. Supply lines for Patagonia are definitely hurting, so it can take anywhere from 4, 5, 6 weeks sometimes to get these done. So when we do these, we do ask that you please are patient when we are waiting for these to get finished and to get delivered to the store so we can get them out to you. They are incredibly comfortable, they're very popular, and right now these special orders are the only way we can get them. So keep an eye out for the emails, keep an eye out for the banners. We'll try to make it very obvious that these orders are taking place. Study resource discounts. This I'm going to take a little bit of time with, and if there's one slide you really pay attention to, please let it be this one. This topic creates a lot of confusion, and we end up with a lot of misinformation getting put out there, and it sometimes can create some real problems. So listen up and let's get into this. So there are basically 4 ways that these happen. The first one is simply a promo code. This one's very straightforward. We're going to get a promotional code that I'm going to email out to you. You're going to be able to use that on the checkout page of the resource and get that discount. Now, resources that work this way: Firecracker, Pathoma, Boards and Beyond. These guys make it very simple. So we'll be sending out an email. It'll have those codes in there. You're good to go. Second, we have group orders. This gets a little bit more complicated. The way these work is the more of you that sign up for these group discounts, the greater the discount becomes. Now, right now, the only resource that works that way is Amboss. What we normally do is we have a sign up phase, which is about 2 weeks long. At that point, we'll know how many students we got signed up. That will then determine the discounted rate that we'll get, and you will be sent a link to Amboss where you can then purchase that resource at the discount that we have been able to get to. Next is the military discount. This one is somewhat straightforward. UWorld is a very popular resource and they know it. So when it comes to discounts, they are incredibly stingy. So the best right now that UWorld offers you guys is your military discount. At the moment, that is 10% off. And the way that works is they're going to ask you for some kind of verification that you are in the military. Once you provide that to them, they will then give you that discount off of that resource. Again, at the moment, that is the best discount that they offer. You might hear something about what they call an institutional buy, which we're going to get into in just a second. But in the case of UWorld, it does not get you a better price than the military discount. All right, moving on to the institutional buys. These are by far the best discounts that we are able to get for you guys, but they are also the most involved, and this is where a lot of the confusion sometimes happens. So when emails start going out about these, please read them in their entirety. So the way this works is we buy a number of subscriptions in bulk, and the minimum that we usually have to achieve is 100 students. Now, that seems like a lot, but we always make that number and we usually go well beyond it. That has never been an issue in the past, but what does happen is that you will be hesitant to put your money down, wondering, well, what happens if we don't reach that 100? If that happens, you simply get your money back. But again, that has never happened. So when we do these, don't hesitate. If you are interested in this resource, this is going to be a great deal. Just get signed up. Let's get to that 100 really quickly, and we can get you those resources a little bit faster. Now, these take time. There is a phase of ordering and getting these set up and making sure we reach those minimums, and it takes a couple weeks. So we have to be patient with this, and we have to encourage other students that we know are interested in this resource to go ahead and get signed up so that we can get that process done as soon as possible. But those things still can take a few weeks to put together, but the discounts are worth it. All right. You have made it to the end of this presentation, and I really appreciate your time to listen to this. If you made it all the way through, I hope that it wasn't too bad. I hope you enjoyed the goofy music in the background. Hopefully that made it a little bit more tolerable. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. You can email me at usualumnibookstore@gmail.com. You can also look up Bookstore in the USU email directory. As soon as you type in Bookstore, it pops up. You can contact me through that as well. If you want to give me a call, 301-295-3686. And of course, just come on into the store. I'm happy to answer any questions you have about anything that I've gone through in this presentation. It's a lot to take in. There's a lot that we can do. So come on in, and I'm happy to chat. We have a website. It is www.usualumnibookstore.com, and everything that is in the store is online as well. So if you want to take your time from home and just kind of browse through what we have, feel free to do that. You can place orders from the website, and you can choose pickup instead of shipping as an option, and I will set it aside, and you just come on in at your earliest convenience and pick that guy up. Listen, thank you for your time. We hope that you guys stay safe and that you stay healthy. These are unusual times that we're in, and if there's anything that we can do at the bookstore to make that a little bit easier, please don't hesitate to let me know what that is. And welcome to USU.